creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family. The house is a museum.
Welcome back to Behind the Scenes at the Hanover Theatre. I have the great fortune of sitting here in the theater itself with our local hero from the cast of the Addams Family. Welcome back to the show once again, Jen from Marlborough.
Yay, thank you so much. I'm laughing because I'm so excited. I can't stop. It's so great. It's so great to be here. I'm so excited.
So tell us about your role and the fact that you know everybody here.
Well, I play Wednesday Addams, who is now 18 years old, and she's all grown up and fallen in love in this version of the Addams Family, which is really exciting and something different for people to see. And I have a lot of friends, a lot of family, a lot of mentors and teachers coming to the show this weekend, and it's definitely going to be pretty busy here at the Hanover.
It is, and they're not just going to be Jen's friends, but everybody's friends, because you said everybody seems to know people here in Worcester. We're very excited to host, and I have to say that looking at the set right now, it is literally incredible. Do you know how they get that cloud effect?
I don't. And if I did, all I'm supposed to say is it's theater magic.
There's lots of theater magic going on here. It's true. So when did you come into town, and what were you able to do here in Worcester before setting foot on stage?
Well, I came on Wednesday, and I actually flew into Boston. That's where my parents reside right now. And so I went there, and I went to my old home, and I was able to see my puppy and my parents and my roommates and some friends. And honestly, we kind of spent the days relaxing in the city. And I came to Worcester today, and I brought some of the castmates with me who flew in today, and I went to Starbucks, one of the first things I did, and I came to the theater 2 hours early just so I could walk around and see what it's like now and just kind of take it all in.
So what do you think?
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's definitely one of my favorite theaters so far. I know I'm a little biased, but that's okay. But yeah, it's beautiful. Everyone, even the locals, everyone's so wonderful, and it's just so great to be home.
So any surprises or changes since we last spoke? Anything we should be looking for in this production of The Addams Family?
Not really. The show has definitely stayed the same. I think tonight, actually, you're going to see an understudy, which is wonderful. And it's sad that one of the girls is out of the show tonight, but the understudy is just wonderful and amazing. So that's a little different from what other audiences have seen in the past. But other than that, it's mostly the same.
And the thing about understudies is they try harder, right?
Oh, my God. Should I say that? Yeah, they're all wonderful. Everyone is so equally talented in this company, which makes it such a wonderful show.
Well, I really can't wait, and we're so happy to have all of you here, and we're going to be taking audience feedback tonight. This is opening night, and we're obviously going to be airing it Sunday morning for our other listeners to hear, and I can't wait to see their reaction and hear what they have to say about literally the coolest set I've seen in a while. It looks like there are clouds floating above the stage, and I know it's got to be a complete effect, but they truly look three-dimensional, and that tree is phenomenal.
Yes, it is. I mean, this is nothing compared to what else we're going to bring out. It's honestly so beautiful. The set is gorgeous.
I love the colors. I absolutely love the colors. So what's your favorite costume in this?
Oh, boy. It's so funny. I only have 3 dresses that I wear, and I think the iconic Wednesday dress is definitely my favorite. I get to wear that the most, and it's just so, it really helps getting into that character, you know, with that little white collar and the tight little dress and the shoes. Oh, gosh, the shoes. Those are my favorite. I think I'm going to try to take those with me on tour after tour is over, but I highly doubt they're going to let me have them.
I think Jen can sneak those into her bag, and we won't tell anybody. And I just want everybody to know, too, Jen is so cute. It's unbelievable. She really looks like Wednesday Addams, but here live in person, right here with us on the stage. And right now we're sitting in one of the last rows in the orchestra.
Yes, we are, and it's still a great seat, which is kind of awesome. There really is not a bad seat in this house. There isn't.
Literally, we're sitting in the third from the last seat in the orchestra on the very edge, and I'd say we can see the whole stage from here.
Everything. You wouldn't miss anything on this in these seats. Definitely not. Absolutely not.
Which is really nice. So we still have some seats available. We have 2 more performances on Sunday. And so people listening to this, come on down, go on our website, thehanovertheatre.org, and get your tickets. And you will not be disappointed. It's going to be fabulous. Check out our Facebook page as well. And we will see you at the theater. We'll be back with more audience reviews after the break.
The house is a museum. When people come to see them, they really are a scream. The Addams Family.
Neat. Sweet. Petite.
So get a witch's shawl on, a broomstick you can crawl on. We're gonna pay a call on the Addams Family.
here we are. This is Lisa Condit with Behind the Scenes at the Hanover Theatre with John Rossbrook, our production manager. You can hear the music happening. We are coming to you opening night, but giving you a sneak on Sunday morning. John, how you doing? How's the day? What time did you start today?
Well, this wasn't too bad. We started at about 7:30 this morning, and they were on time, so things went smoothly. It's a very nice crew. Everything's going very well. As Broadway tours go, this isn't one of the biggest ones. It's about average size, four tractor trailers, and it took us about probably 8 or 9 hours to get the whole thing in and set up. And right now, as you might be able to hear in the background, they're doing a line check for the vocal mics and the orchestra. But we're pretty much ready to go. We'll be set for 8 o'clock.
That's amazing to me, to think that that entire production moves in and is set up and ready to go in less than 12 hours. What has been the longest? I know we're talking about the Addams Family, but what's been the longest setup so far?
The two shows that took the longest in this theater were Mary Poppins and Les Mis. Both had 9 tractor trailers of equipment, so they were more than double the size of this, in the sense that, I mean, the stage is the same size for any show, so when the audience looks at it, they have no way of knowing whether you're looking at 3 trucks worth of stuff or 9 trucks. For us, 9 trucks means a crew of almost twice the size. Here I've got about 40 people on my stage crew, and for Les Mis, I think I had 78, so it's considerably bigger. It just takes a lot more hands to get that in. And the timing is different too, because with Les Mis we actually had to start at about 5 o'clock in the morning, and we still had the show. Well, no, that's not even true. Now I take that back. On Les Mis we had a 2-day load in. We started on Monday and worked for 8 hours. Then we did another 8 hours the opening day on Tuesday. So it was actually 16 hours to load in Les Mis, where this one took about 8. A normal show takes 8 to 10 hours. Les Mis was...
It's so cool. It is. It really is. And, you know, maybe you can answer this question. And first of all, it's true. When you're in the audience, you don't know how many trucks they used. And what's amazing to me is we talked to Jim Krosner. I think that he's the set designer, one of the set designers for this. And those clouds are phenomenal. I want to know. Do you know how they did the clouds over there?
No, I haven't seen them in action yet, so I'll have to get back to you on that. I mean, I saw the pieces go up, but I haven't seen them work, so I can't answer that question, to be perfectly honest, but I'll know after the show. I have not seen this performance or this production in another theater, so I'm not familiar with it yet. So.
And everybody's dying to know whether they're going to use the curtain. So that is something we'll be able to answer at intermission when we're talking to people from the audience. Any interesting things, tidbits you want to share from this production?
Well, they are using that curtain, actually, and not our main curtain, but it's less a function of... it's just the way the show is designed. Their curtain is upstage of the normal proscenium by about 5 feet in a theater, so they really need to carry their own main curtain, because no theater is going to have a curtain set 5 feet up from the proscenium. So this production will be exactly the same as you would see in any theater. This is, as always here at the Hanover, this is the A troupe of touring, so it's the first-rate show. And it's a great show. It's a lot of fun. It's quirky and it's unusual, and I think a lot of people saw it on Broadway when it opened with Bebe Neuwirth and Nathan Lane in 2 of the leads. And they obviously don't tour on the road, but they have equally great people in this cast, so I'm sure it'll be as exciting.
I'm sure it will, too. And one thing that I always love when I come in the morning, and it's the weekend of a big show like this, is I love coming in and seeing all the trucks and all the guys and women standing out there ready to unload them. And today, opening day, was not a nice day. It was pretty rainy. Anything you need to worry about as far as equipment getting wet, or are those hard cases really protecting everything?
No, there's actually a lot of concerns. First of all, it's a lot more convenient to unload trucks in good weather, because we can move things around in the parking lot until we need them in the stage. We basically can't take anything into the theater until it's ready to go into place, because this theater does not have a lot of extra wing space and dead space on stage for storage and things. So in this case, when it's raining or when it's pouring with snow or something, we need to leave everything in the truck until the last minute and bring it straight in. We did have a bit of a mishap that a whole rack of lights that are floor lights for an upstage backdrops for these clouds actually got completely soaked. Because they were covered by plastic, but it rained so hard at about 2 o'clock that the plastic sort of gave way and they got wet, but everything's been dried out and fixed and it's all working now. So it was a little more work for everybody, but you just have to be careful because the sets can't get wet. I mean, there's certain pieces that are hard and that are metal and can take it. There's other things that obviously are painted drops and sorts of set pieces that would get destroyed in the rain, so we have to be careful. But we've been very lucky this year. We haven't had huge snowstorms during our load-ins, and today was probably the worst because of the rain. Rain is probably the worst thing because it can seep into everything, whereas snow you can sort of get away with. You can protect it, move things through a snowstorm faster than you can pouring rain in terms of the effect that it has on the equipment. But with all working, everything will be ready to go tonight.
There's no doubt. Everything's good to go. But it sounds like Brenda, our lighting engineer, she might have had a busy day today drying off those lights, or do you just let them dry?
No, well, actually, it's not her responsibility in that these lights came with the show, so they have an LD with them. It's his responsibility in this case to get it straightened out. But no, we had to dry them by hand and then put hair dryers on them. The easiest way to do it, I mean, they won't get ruined. They won't work when they're wet, but if you let them dry, they'll be fine. Lighting equipment almost always makes it through rainstorms. Sound equipment is much more susceptible to damage. Unfortunately, here we don't have the time. It would take a day for it all to dry, so they had to open everything up and dry it with towels and then blow dry it, more or less. But it's all ready to go now. It's they've done it before. We've done it before. So you try to avoid it if you can, but you got to do what you got to do.
And we all have to be prepared all the time. Things happen.
It's called punting. We punt all the time in this business, Things are never exactly the way they're supposed to be. And, of course, every show has to look exactly the same, and yet the theater that it's in is entirely different every day. I mean, the basic structures are the same, but there's a lot of quirky things that are different, and so they have to adapt the show every time to a new theater. Not in ways that an audience would ever notice, but in ways that the crew has to be creative in order to get it to work.
It's like we're all improv artists, but nobody can know that we're improv artists because the end effect needs to be the same consistent world-class quality.
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, improv not in the sense that the show changes or anything, but in the decisions that we, most of this is thought out beforehand. We have lots of discussions between the theater and the shows before they get here. But when it gets here, on-site, local situations arise that require a new plan that we come up with when we all see the issues. Today, for instance, there was a piece coming out of a truck that is extremely heavy, won't go down a ramp safely, but the forklift that we had brought in for the show didn't have forks quite long enough to do it. So we didn't really have time to wait to get another forklift, and in the rain we're not going to get another one off of a work site, so we pretty much had to figure out how to do it. So they came up with a rigging system, that strapped that big heavy piece onto the size forks that we had and managed to get it out of the truck safely and into the theater. You have to come up with an answer because you don't always have time to. The best of all possible worlds would be go get another forklift, but that sets us back too far. The truck is packed. If you don't get that piece out of the way, everything else sits there, so the whole production gets behind. So the riggers came up with a way to get it out safely, and the show will go on.
The show will go on. It'll be great, and we're going to see everybody at the theater because, yes, we do have 2 more performances Sunday. So check us out at thehanovertheatre.org, and we will see you at the theater. John, thank you so much.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
This is Lisa Condit with Behind the Scenes at the Hanover Theatre, and I am here right at intermission. And what's your name?
Kirsten.
Kirsten, where are you from?
Warren, Massachusetts.
I'm from Hardwick. It's a nice drive here to Worcester.
Yeah, we ended up coming late because we had a bear in our yard.
Oh, good thing the Addams Family didn't see the bear. It'd be on the dinner table. So what do you think so far?
Oh, I love it. I wasn't sure at first, but we got in there. Love the music. It's just hysterical. It is the funniest show I've seen all season, and we come to pretty much every show.
Oh, that's awesome. You know what I liked is when they started and everybody started snapping. It was like some kind of cult.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, you enjoy the rest of the show and tune in, and we'll talk to you soon.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And here I have my next person. Your name is?
Marie Record.
And Marie, she says she's a subscriber, and you're here with a friend. Who's your friend?
I'm Dalton Record.
Oh, he's enjoying one of Eric LaPatisserie's yummy whoopie pies right here at intermission, and you were saying you enjoy the show?
Yes, I do. It's great. Everyone's laughing. We're really having a great time. It's a real fun show.
Do you come along?
I do. This is, my 6th play this year, and as I said, I've been a subscriber, and we really love this season. The plays have really been great, and I'm here tonight with my grandson. He's been here before, too. We love the Christmas show.
Oh, me too.
Carol. Oh, that was just wonderful, too.
A Christmas Carol, and gets better every year. That's Troy Siebel's production.
Yes, that's great, too.
Well, you guys enjoy the show. Any part in particular that you really love? I love the curtain.
The curtain is great, too, and Delton was looking for the hand, so we saw the hand a little, right?
That's funny, and I also think that Wednesday is hysterical.
Yes, and she's local. I read the article about her in the paper. That's what I noticed, too. The actors tonight are just fantastic.
They are great. They have great voices, and they're very funny, so enjoy the rest of the show.
We will. Thank you, Lisa.
And now we are talking to, what's your name?
Dave Bedard.
It's Dave Bedard's brother. He's being a big jokester.
George Raymond.
George, where are you from?
Princeton, Mass. Princeton.
Princeton. That's nice and local in a nice town. Easy commute, back and forth. So what do you guys think of the show?
It's great. It's awesome. It's very funny. Brings back a lot of memories.
Did you and Dave watch the Addams Family a lot while you were growing up?
Maybe not a lot, but a few times.
Okay, Dave, full disclosure, tell us what you think.
We cannot tell a lie. It was awesome so far. Great show. Great show.
What's your favorite part?
Well, full disclosure was my favorite part, but the sets are tremendous too.
The sets are incredible. Did you see the clouds floating? My favorite part is the curtain, and then I love the backdrop, and I love how they're using the stage. How about you?
Fantastic. Prettiest stage we've seen all year.
Oh, you heard that, people. So 2 more performances, the HanoverTheatre.org. We'll see you soon. I'm here with Scott and Marcel, and they just love the theater, and they were just talking to me, reminiscing about some of the first times they were here, and they seem to love this show. So what do you think?
Oh, it's fantastic. Everything we've seen so far is just amazing. It's a great show, great talent, perfect performance. We really love it.
It's really nice. You come out afterwards, you have a couple of drinks, maybe have something to eat, catch up with a couple of friends, go back in. It's really nice. It's fun. It's a really good time in Worcester, actually. It's what Worcester needs.
It is what Worcester needs, and I love it too. So you got to get that Woo card, because when you use your Woo card at Woo venues, you get points for prizes. Go check it out, woocard.org.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. I'll check that out tonight. Thank you.
Okay, and you guys, thanks for getting my emails on Fridays, and we'll be talking to you soon.
All right, thanks.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, bye.
Lisa. Bye now.
And my final audience review is from Irene. Irene is a volunteer here. How are you tonight?
I'm fine.
So, how would you compare this show, The Addams Family, to the rest of our Broadway season?
I think it's really fun to watch. It's a great family show. They're very funny. They're beautiful voices. It's just a great show, a happy show.
You know what I like? I see a lot of different people here tonight. I see a lot of families, not too young, obviously, but people bringing their grandchildren. Right. Do you remember watching the show on TV?
I do. I remember it. It was funny. It was really good.
Can you picture Wednesday from the show falling in love and inviting her fiancé over for dinner?
I know. That is a riot. I mean, what a scary family to come and visit.
What's your favorite part so far?
I think that whole dinner scene was a riot. It really was. And that lady was hysterical, the mother-in-law to-be to Wednesday. Right.
Oh my gosh, I think she's my favorite character, and I absolutely love the fact that I won't spoil anything, but Wednesday wears something very special for dinner, and her mother is appalled at what she wears until she turns around, and what does she see?
The mother of the boy is wearing the same color, which was hysterical.
And she speaks in rhyme.
Right. Yeah, that is funny.
They have great comedic timing in this show, so anything else you want to tell people?
Just that it's a great show. If you get a chance, come and see it, because it's a lot of fun, and everybody sings wonderful, and it's just a great family show.
Well, thanks, Irene, and thanks for everything you do here. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
And now I'm here with Joanne. Joanne is another volunteer and usher at the theater. Joanne, what do you think of the show so far?
It's amazing. It's so funny, very dry wit, and the music is beautiful. And
it is beautiful.
And the storyline is kind of crazy. So it's wonderful.
What's your favorite part so far?
Full Disclosure, the song that they just ended with. It's very good.
It is great, and I think that we all wish that we could have the secret potion for full disclosure at our family dinners. That would solve a lot, wouldn't it?
It really would. kind of scary.
And what's your favorite part about volunteering here?
It's so much fun. You meet wonderful people. You get to be in an atmosphere of incredible theater, and I love every second of it.
And how long have you been volunteering, Joanne?
This is just my first year.
Rookie. And Rookie who's become an expert in, 7 or 8 short months?
That's right. I'm an expert.
Well, thanks, Joanne, and thanks for everything you do. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Neat. Sweet. Petite.
So get a witch's shawl on, a broomstick you can crawl on. We're gonna pay a call on the Addams Family.